Steve, thanks for joining us again. Obviously, we had you on yesterday. There's now been a development with the signing of Novonix. Now, looking at the calibre of Novonix's customer base, it's clear they won't just work with anyone, even though you have appointed them. Why are they taking on this appointment?
Yes, and Novonix are pretty selective and they don't just take anyone. They normally work with tier one firms. They're also incredibly respected in the industry. It's a spin out of Dr. Jeff Dahn's work at Dalhousie University, and he is seen as one of the icons in the whole industry when it comes to new technology. Look, it's been months in the making, and we're just fortunate, I guess, and somewhat honoured to be working with them. As you know, and some of our listeners know, we're trying to do something fundamentally different in the battery supply chain, producing high quality lithium consistently, and also doing that with an ESG benefit, a smaller environmental footprint. So it fits in well with the sort of work that Novonix does. They are absolute leaders in battery testing and also leaders in new anode technology and new cathode technology. So they're a real name in the sector. We're just fortunate to be associated with them.
So how does this program with Novonix give Lake a greater commercial advantage?
Well, in a few weeks' time, we will have our lithium carbonate samples out of the lab, the third-party lab. And then we move into the next phase, which is that we need to get those samples out to off-takers. Now, this can be a lengthy process and somewhat difficult to sort out. The benefit of working with Novonix is you've got a respected third-party company that's going to be providing a transparent testing to show that Lake's lithium carbonate using the LILAC process can work both in cathodes and in standard batteries. Every off-taker has their own specifications, so we'd need to adjust that. But the beauty of this is that we can basically show that Lake's product is truly battery quality. And then that will accelerate discussions downstream.
So how does Novonix's involvement add value to the pilot plant program underway with LILAC Solutions?
Well, as mentioned, we know that the lithium carbonate samples will be high quality. And that's because the lithium chloride, which is a liquid that comes out of the pilot plant, is high quality. It's essentially the replacement of the evaporation pond. And look, it's as good, if not better quality than what we saw at lab scale. Normally, this announcement would follow getting those lithium carbonate samples out, but we need to get going because we need to advance down the path of getting our product qualified. Further, this de-risks the technology. We've shown now the technology with LILAC works at lab scale. It works at pilot plant scale. It's not a black box. It's essentially adjusting a known technology in water treatment. And so now, with that high quality product, we've got to show that it works in a battery. It's probably worth knowing that only about 35% of current lithium production is actually qualified as battery quality by tier one and tier two battery makers. And only 50 or 60% of production is actually battery quality. The rest of it gets reprocessed. So this then strengthens our differentiation of consistent high quality, and it also supports the ESG benefit of having a small environmental footprint, returning most of that water back to the source it comes from, and working better with local communities. And that's the way to engage tier one battery makers and car makers. Look, everybody is banging on their doors. It's very hard to separate yourselves. This is a clear way to do so.
Steve, congratulations on the appointment. It certainly caps off a busy period for you, and we look forward to further updates. Thanks for your time.
Cheers for now.